Okay, everybody, it's Keith, and so to continue on from my last video, I decided I was going to start. I was going to do a couple things. I was going to add an intro and an outro. It's just, I think they're just going to be images, um, but I'll make the scenes in OBS. What I'm going to do is, since I'm going to use Blender to actually create the title card, I am going to I'll use since I'm using Blender, I'll use Blender to make the title and end cards, and I'll probably put that in the video. But what I was saying the last time about actually right, making it look more closer to a produced deal, but still without all the editing, because editing just takes a long time, and I got other stuff to do, not the least of which is actually working on the game. So and then also I will make a to-do list, and I will kind of use it as a guide as to what to do next, but also to kind of give me an idea or a structure or a thing about what to do on each video. But I won't restrict it. In other words, I might get into the steps that I need to take and things I need to cover, but at the same time, it might extend to more than one video. So it won't be like a script or like a thing that I know, because I don't know how long anything's gonna take. So the first thing I have on here is to make a to-do list from the to-do list. Now, there was some discussion with someone in Internet Relay Chat about what he does is something called software requirements or requirements, and I don't get the whole concept of requirements, but the idea is that your software will need to do stuff, and you don't want to you just want to write down the stuff that it needs to do, not how it's going to do it. So in my last example of my test one about the navigation thing, where basically a player is going to click or tap on an area in the game, and a character or an object is going to move there. That is something that's like a to do. Let's see something here. Always on top. There we go. In any case, here I have a stopwatch gadget, Windows 7 gadget, which I guess they discontinued because Windows 7 is kind of on its last legs. But I apparently, according to the preview window here on in OBS, you can't see it, which is kind of interesting. But it's not really that important. So if you see me like looking off, like I put it up here in this part of the screen. Before it was over here in the corner, and so I looked over in the corner, and then I dragged it back over here. And so when you see me doing kind of weird stuff like that, it's just probably that. In any case, so even though I didn't get the whole idea of the whole requirements dealy, and I'm just one person, and I'm not really beholden to a team, and I don't have to do all this formal stuff like I did, like this huge design doc, which seems to be falling out of favor anyways. And I am planning my game, but I'm not going to have like a formal design doc. You know, I'll have the story like I already showed you with this various story points, and then I'll have something that explains the puzzles in between and all that stuff. But just basically the overall stuff, I'm not going to have a, you know, like a super detailed, because things are bound to change. Excuse me. Okay, so what I need to do here is sort of like a software requirements, things that I need to do. This will be the game to-do list, but at the same time, this will also be what I cover on the videos. So it kind of makes it easy because, you know, I don't have to do something separate, like what I'm going to cover as a separate deal versus what I'm actually going to do on the game, because what I do on the game is what I'm covering. So, but in order to make it a little bit more formal, I decided I would start a to-do list. And so the first thing that I'm going to put on it is not really that important to anything other than these videos, because the first thing I'm going to do is the title card thing. So it's like an intro. I don't think I'll do a video intro. I'll just do it'll just be an image, and but I figured that it was important that I include that, because I'm going to show how I make it, and it's going to be on here, and it's partly part of actually you know, making the game and building and learning Blender and learning everything. So the first thing I want to do is I want to, on my to-do list, maybe I'll do subheadings on steps, and that'll be steps that I'll cover in 1 or 2 or more videos, like that. So item number 1 is create title and end cards for my videos. And then I'll just, I don't know, tab indent here, and I'll just say, use Blender Grease Pencil to create cards. B, create 2 scenes in OBS that use these images. C, assign hotkeys to record, start, and end. And probably I'll make the record end I'll make the card display that scene. I'll make that separate hotkey than the make a separate hotkey than the one that I actually used to stop recording. So that way it'll actually show it for a time, unless I can do something to do with, you know, timing or whatever. But we'll see if I can do that. Assign hotkeys to record, start and end, and switch scenes. Okay, so I'll actually, in 1 or 2 videos, I'll actually go through that process, and you'll see it actually work, and then my next videos after that will just use that automatically. Okay, so let's see what's the next thing I need to do. This is going to be exhaustive list because there's way too many things to do, and I don't remember everything that I need to do. So my second part of my to-do list is to let's see, take each part of the game and divide up into plot points. Now I'm just going to leave it like that because there's no separate steps to do that. There's separate plot points. Maybe I'll just write that down or something here. A inciting incident. B plot point 1. C mid turning point, and D plot point 2. E climax and resolution. And I'll just put those as the same thing, so it ends up the same way. Okay, so next thing I need to add here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come up with like characters, right? So let's see here. How do I want to handle that? I'm not really sure. I'll tackle it in my next video, and we'll see what to do that as far as breaking down creating characters into steps. So thanks for watching.